then it's just us. Welcome to Bug Dad.
What's up, no one?
Hello.
What's up, nobody?
No one's gonna watch that.
Um,
Not yet. You gotta make 100 of them.
Gotta make 1,000 of them.
Then they'll
Gotta make
notice.
1,000 of them. Gotta make
Then they'll
6,000
notice.
of 'em.
1,000, and then
Senpai will
a
notice
couple
us.
Patreon specials and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Tease
the
Patreon
Patreon
specials with
plug.
just clips. Just like 2
just
minutes.
right on with the Patreon. Sponsored
Okay,
by
but
Patreon.
can we get an active list going of pages we still need to make for Bug Dad? And Patreon
It's already here.
Needs to go to the
already
top
here.
of the list. Okay.
It's already
You're
here.
there? All right. You're right.
Patreon needs to be on that list. We need it. It's gonna happen someday. Someone's gonna want to give towards Bug Dad at some point, and we want to give them.
Exclusive.
They need an avenue
Yeah.
to finance
Yeah.
a thing that they love.
Yeah.
Patreon gives that.
Yeah. Or if they're just like, hey, these are cool. Can I have some? And be like, yep, just go Patreon. Tier
Put your
1
at
supporters
your
get
names.
you get your own. I'll paint you a picture, bro.
Oh
I'll
shit!
do it.
Right here. You heard it first.
Yeah.
At the
Tier
Chogi
1
level.
Yo, that has
you
to be like
get-
at least a $200 sub though. I'm not busting out 10 hours of painting for less than $200 these days. My time is too valuable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just so tier 1 has to be at least 200. Which seems like small potatoes, honestly, for the kind of content that we're going to be giving people. That seems like a steal. I mean, you get a painting and, first access to whatever nonsense we come up with.
Value is always on everyone's
The
mind.
Chogi plush is in development.
The Chogi recipe.
Recipe.
This is guaranteed value. Your money will quintuple.
Now that we've
5
lost
times over.
everyone.
Now that
Patreon.com
we lost everyone.
/.
What's the date?
Bug Dad Pod.
It's October the 20.
It's the 28th.
28th. Nice. Man, so Sony State of Play was
Sony State of Play was
2
great
days ago or yesterday.
Mhm. It was
Yeah.
yesterday.
yesterday.
It was yesterday. That's right. I was on the road. I didn't hear about it till nighttime. King of Fighters 15 open beta
testing.
test
Woohoo.
for 3 days.
3 days, 8 characters.
For 8 characters.
8 characters.
3 days. Network tests. Yeah. Fingers crossed
I'm
that the
super stoked
net code
about
is
it.
good.
The characters that they chose seem really awesome that they chose, like Iori, like people that want to play King of
Couple
Fighters.
classics, couple new characters,
Yeah.
newer characters, one new character, one
original.
newish character. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play the game just to get my hands on it. But again, fingers crossed that the net code is good. They've said it's got rollback. I can only assume that it's good rollback, hopefully, but
Let's hope.
this is what the test is for, I think.
What
I think
type of fighter is this?
this is
Compared
a
to what?
Team-based fight.
3v3,
Mhm.
but it's not tag team based. It's just order based. So you pick 3 characters, you order them, and then basically each round is going to play out. You're going to start off with 2 characters. The first character
so
to
that's
get
that
knocked out
matchup.
goes.
Yeah.
Next 2 comes in, but the first character for the other team is going to stay in with the same amount of health.
Okay.
So if you're like super sick, you can knock down people's teams
And
with
you
just one
can't
character.
swap out at any point.
Not
Put in
mid match. No tagging, no switching
another
order.
assist.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's just strictly
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. But it's a thing where like your last character alive is still gonna get some extra resources than like your first character alive. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
So ordering them matters. There's still a lot of strategy to like picking the teams and how especially against like who you're playing against. And it's already Yeah, there's a lot of layers to it, but and then the actual gameplay is
Looks fun.
pretty cool as well. Yeah, it just looks super sick. Um, it's hard to compare. I mean, it's like Street Fighter on crack, I think.
Okay.
It's kind of like the best way I can really describe it. It's very similar but faster.
Is it
Um,
long combo strings that you have to memorize?
no, it's going to be similar to Strive.
Okay.
They've, and I mean, this is probably newer to this game, but they've clearly taken a lot of notes, I think, from Strive. I think from the net code and like that, where it's like, let's up the damage and simplify the combos. So probably in the last game, the combos were this long. They're probably going to be like this long, 2/3, maybe half
Okay.
as much. They'll probably do about as much as the old combos did. So I think that's good as long as the combos aren't this long.
Yeah.
This I hate. This is fine. You know, this is old school.
Yeah, as long as
I
you
can
can
deal with that.
still do that big one. So like the
I think you can.
upper
Yeah.
tier
And
players
this
can still.
I
Yeah.
think is going to be, like I said, I think this will be reserved for your last character because you're going to
Okay.
have to use some kind of resource for this, where
Mhm.
like this is usually available. This resource will only be available if like it's your last character standing, basically. At least that's how I think it works from what I remember. I've played a few of them on and off. I played 98 for the PS1 way back. I remember me and my friend playing like 2002 together on the PS2. And then 13 KOF 13 on the PS3 was really good.
Yeah.
Like super
Beautiful.
cool. It just came out in that era when I was just kind of like picking up every fighting game that came out. Um, and that just happened to be the one, but it was like the last where they did like hand drawn sprites, like 2D, like hand drawn real sprites. And they apparently sunk like a ton of money in it, like too much money into it, that it almost like bankrupted the whole company. But it's a beautiful game. Like it visually so appealing, especially if you like 2D sprite work. But that one was really fun. It was really hard though. KOF 13 was super hard. And again, this was back in probably like 2010, 2011. So I wasn't like as good at fighting games. So maybe it's not as hard as I remember, but I remember that game being like hard. And the stuff that I've seen from KOF 15 does not look anywhere near as hard as what I remember at least 13 playing. I never played 14. Yeah, it just never really looked that good. The visuals are kind of meh.
Yeah.
Clearly, it was very obvious that 13 had taken a lot of money away from the company. And so when 14 came out, there it just didn't look good. The net code wasn't good. I'm sure it had a following, but I just wasn't interested. But 15 looks amazing. I can't wait to play it for 3 days. It comes right after the Elden Ring network tests. I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
one's like the 15th through the 17th, and then King of Fighters is like the 19th through the 22nd. So could be just a whole month testing stuff out, testing out cool stuff for February, because both of those
Elden
games
Ring.
are officially
And
releasing
we all got our Elden Ring
the
tests
22nd.
in at least.
I did. Yep. Inputted the little application, and
Yeah,
hopefully I get picked. Told them I played
Yeah,
all the
fingers
stuff.
crossed.
There was a couple on there I hadn't heard of. I played the Armored Core game, and obviously I like the Souls stuff, but there was like one or two others I was like, haven't heard of that. But I hope I get to check it out. I would love to get my hands on that for 3 days as well.
Yeah, that'd be
February seems like a
Star
long
Ocean
time.
looked really good.
Could be. It looked
It looked very Xenogears.
Xenogears. I think it
Xenoblade.
looked Xenoblade Chronicles for sure. Yeah. A lot of monolith influence in that game for sure. Definitely taking that Xenoblade Chronicles Breath of the Wild archetype and taking it to Star Ocean, which is cool because like I don't think anybody's cared about Star Ocean in a long time. Like I know it has its hardcore fans somewhere, I'm sure, like any series,
Yeah.
but man, the last time I ever remember playing one was what, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that for the
Something like that.
360,
Yep.
whatever that one was. And I think we got about 3/4 of the way through and just kind of petered out because it was so long and like so complicated. And
Arduous.
we'd already put 50 something hours into it. And it was just like, holy cow, like we're still going, which usually can be cool, but it wasn't for that game.
No,
That game,
yeah, it felt like you struggled.
yeah, it wore out its welcome way before that, which sucked because it started off really cool. I think we were both really pulled in from the like probably 2 hour mark to the 20 hour mark. I think we were pretty hooked and we really gave it that all. But man, 30 to 50 hours kind of dragged. And I think we kind of looked at a guide at that point and realized we were like 2/3 of the way there. And we watched YouTube videos to
Yeah.
like finish the story basically because it was just like this game is good, but
But
man,
yeah. And then what was that other 360? It was like it was turn-based as well, but it was like a big group of turn-based. It was like 6 or 7 on your team.
Star Ocean,
But there was another one. I thought there was another one.
another Star Ocean.
No, it was like that. It was another RPG.
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
not sure
Some
either.
other game, but the new Star Ocean looks very, very interesting, and I think that's a good way to really get back a big audience, is to change things and to go in a popular direction that you know is going to work. You're going to get that audience automatically. And how many copies of Breath of the Wild sold? You
Yeah.
know, how many people care about Xenoblade Chronicles now compared to the Wii?
Yeah.
You know, which nobody did, and now it's like one of Nintendo's biggest selling franchises. And we got characters in Smash, and it's a huge franchise with a big fan base. So
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Good job, Square,
Good job,
bringing
Square.
back something else and just making it new and cool, knowing that no one's really going to care anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right on.
Take some risks. CBC and I were talking about there's that game called Death's Door
Mhm.
that
That
got
was the
announced.
thing that
Yeah.
caught my eye.
That was like an isometric, like top-down 2D action RPG.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
Yeah.
You're like a little bird man,
Yeah. The
and
Raven.
you had like the sword, like the beam sword. Kind of reminded me of Hyper Light Drifter.
Ooh,
Yeah, a little
nice. I
bit.
was getting Hades vibe
Yes,
because like
it
that's
it has that vibe. It seemed more like less roguey
oh
and
yeah,
more like
not
straight
in
up
just in
RPG.
gameplay.
Yeah,
Like
right. Yeah, no, absolutely. That whole like dash and slash
Mhm.
Yeah.
system looks cool.
Hell
The
yeah.
art style was cool. I don't remember much else
It was like
from
big snacks for that.
Bug
That
Snack.
made me
Yeah,
think of Neil.
Bug snacks.
Yeah,
Bug
Um,
Snacks.
there
Yep.
was
it was like the
Expansion for Bug
the
Snack.
expansion to Bug Snacks.
there
Yeah.
was a little devil inside at the end that looked really
Yeah,
good.
but what is that?
It's a
Could you
game.
tell what that is?
It's like a monster hunter.
No. From what? What Monster Hunter?
Because you hunt
What
them.
what big monsters did he hunt in that trailer?
He fought the squid thing in the basement.
That's
They didn't
no.
show the fight, but he dropped them in the pool. The
No.
butler pushed him in the thing.
And that looked more like a Castlevania boss than it did a Monster Hunter fight. That was
Well,
like no
the other
monster.
stuff looked like Monster Hunter stuff too.
No, it didn't. What? Oh my gosh. All right.
No, not in that specific trailer. Sorry, in the other stuff that you've seen leading up to this.
I don't think so. I think that this game is confused about what it is. I think the Monster Hunter is a wild shot, but no. Yes, it's having some kind of identity crisis, but from all the stuff that we've seen, man, that game could be literally anything. They've been so vague, so many weird little trailers that are not to the point. It's so weird that Sony closed with that awful trailer that told us nothing and was just really like, and then he goes over here and then talks to this little guy and then does the little thing, and it's like, oh, he's slashing some little zombies, and then oh yeah, he gets thrown in a pool, and then we don't see anything. Couldn't tell you what that game is about or what you do or anything like that. And I just thought that was pretty weird. I thought it was
Yeah.
weird that we didn't see Final Fantasy. I thought that was a real weird champ Sony
Yeah.
conference. Sony had a
Yeah,
real
not
weird conference.
wasn't for us this state of play.
No,
It's third party stuff.
Yeah, just
which
like
I thought
not
would
for
be,
our demographic.
again, Final Fantasy. I was really expecting to be there. Final Fantasy 16. I thought the KOF stuff is cool. I like that announcement.
Yeah.
Again, weird though. There, I mean, I guess it's just on PlayStation and PC then, but
Yeah.
still, just I don't know. That whole presentation seemed a little meh, little meh.
Well, man. But it was only like
Whatever.
20 minutes anyways, though.
Yeah, no, I know it was just such a big like hype. They always hype everything
Mhm.
so much,
Mhm.
and it's yeah,
Every company has to.
you have to. Yeah, yep, that's its own deal. But we all got back for blood this week,
We all
Yes,
got
we
back from blood this
did.
week.
Oh man, what a great
which
game.
has been awesome.
So
Giving
fun.
me like Destiny vibes, like when we were doing like Nightfalls together, like doing those missions, the
Definitely could
modifiers,
see that.
like doing the same one over and over again, but like week to week they had the
The modifiers, that's
like,
true.
different
Yeah,
different
honestly,
gameplay.
that is something that they probably definitely
Uh,
kind of took a hint from Destiny there.
yeah, card system's pretty neat.
I just loved hunting hordes with you guys. It was just
Well,
fun
yeah.
mowing down fucking hordes.
Yes,
Just
the
fucking
classic Left for Dead
Get yourself a
game loop
bat,
is obviously
put some
there.
nails in it,
Yeah,
and start bashing zombies. Oh, it's gonna be good.
great maps so far, like really cool. Just in the convenience store and the library, like just the
Yeah, the
town like settings.
jukebox
The
level.
Yeah,
jukebox
yeah,
level
the
was
bar with the jukebox was great.
awesome.
Really cool stuff. And yeah, the card system will probably keep me back for some time if I can just continuously grind for better cards, better modifiers to like keep upping the difficulty in game and adding negative modifiers to balance out my overpowered positive modifiers.
Yeah.
I could be playing this game for a
Yeah.
while. This is, I mean, it
Do
feels
you
great. The
know if
PS5
the
version looks incredible.
do you know if the difficulty is like unbound, like the same way it is like Diablo?
No, but I've heard that like the hardest, whatever the nightmare is,
Uh-huh.
just like you have to have a certain amount of
You have to have like a
stuff.
tier deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You have to like grind to even, unless you're like just amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously
Mhm.
there's those people.
FPS god. Yeah.
They're gonna solo it by themselves with
PC gods.
yeah, just regular ass weapons or whatever. But no, I mean, from what I hear, even the veteran or whatever the step up, the middle tier is supposed to be, I mean, pretty difficult. Like they definitely recommend playing through the whole thing on recruit first just to get those points so you can at least have some decent cards to try and take on the veteran difficulty, which is exciting. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
dope. Like that's
Yeah.
super cool. Like recruit's been pretty easy, but that's fine. Like give people a chance to experience the play and whatever and mess around.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep going, then that option's gonna be there, and that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that game is sweet. Can't wait to play more of it.
Yeah.
Right after this episode.
Oh, almost certain.
Right.
So today was the start of spoiler season for the next Magic set. It's
Oh,
called Innistrad Crimson Vow, which is the second set in this little Innistrad block we got.
Yeah, because you were talking about that last set.
Yeah, Innistrad Midnight Hunt was the last one. That was the werewolves, humans are trying to manipulate the moon. That's always been a big deal on Innistrad. The moon has always
Of
been
course,
like the
because it's
source of.
Lovecraftian.
Yeah, the last time we were there it was super Lovecraftian. You know, uh, spaghetti monster god in the sky coming from the moon deal, like
Yep.
full on.
Hey, yeah.
None of that this time. That they had eradicated it. So they were trying to
Until they
manipulate
messed
the
around.
moon to control werewolves in their cycle and like
Ooh.
lock them into night, lock it into day.
Let me
Uh,
guess, it was a church.
always a church, man. The Cathars are what they call like the church uh, soldiers. They're
Yeah.
pretty neat. Um, they're all humans. They have the tricorner hat and
Yep. Of course they do.
the big
Gosh.
duster.
The
you know,
collars. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
big collar.
Yes.
So Crimson Vow is this one, and this one is a vampire wedding.
Ooh,
Yeah, and so
okay.
you are invited, and very vampire themed. So they did a lot of the heavy hitter spoilers today, and the one that was my favorite um, is called Grolnak the Omnivore. So here I'll put it on my screen real quick.
Okay. Eats
Put
anything.
that scream up.
Eats
No,
it
he's
all.
a frog. He's a legendary frog.
He's a
Oh,
frog.
of course.
Can you guys see it? Are we there yet?
Nope.
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh
Oh,
boy, hold on.
Ooh, that's a
that
L
is
on that
so
one.
rude, bro.
There you go.
The lack of trust is
There you
just
go. It
shameful.
defaults into not, and
All right.
I always forget. My apologies.
So here it's in our show notes, but I'm gonna put it right here.
Ooh,
Cool. You guys all see Grolnak there?
I do.
So on
No!
the left is the regular art, and on the right
Okay.
is like the storybook art or extended alternate art.
That is really cool.
I'll
On the
read
right.
it if you can't make it out. Whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. So that means you take 3 cards off the top of your library, boom, right into the graveyard. And so when a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a croak counter on it. A croak
Ooh,
counter.
we
So a
lost
permanent
you.
card is lands, enchantments, creatures, anything that sticks around on the battlefield normally is a permanent. So
Yeah.
and then you can just play lands and you can cast spells from among the cards you own in exile with croak counters. So any cards that you had milled over or that just went into the graveyard naturally while Grolnak is out, put a croak counter on it, it goes into this zone and you can just play it.
Wow.
Pretty cool. That effect is staple in Magic. Playing stuff from the graveyard has always been a thing.
Hell yeah.
Always powerful. Getting a second use from your card. Just a really cool card. It has croak counter on it. I love frogs.
It's
So
a dope ass frog.
Bro,
yeah,
counters.
yeah. There's
That black and white art is so cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So all the like key cards they make these versions of. So yeah, really
That's
cool set.
amazing.
Just these Innistrad sets are always amazing. They're always super flavorful.
Hell yeah.
So this one, a lot of wedding themed cards. There's like a ring that when you play it, both players get a copy of it. So if you play it, they get a copy of it, but it benefits, but both of them benefit you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, and
That's cool.
and they've got like the Maid of Dishonor, this vampire, you know, this noble, this vampire noble that's the sister of the one getting married that we've seen in another form. But they're all dressed up, they're ready for this wedding. It's fantastic.
Okay.
These Innistrad sets are always great. Can't wait.
I would
Can't wait to
love
see
to go
more.
to a vampire wedding. I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds
I'm on board.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sign me up.
They
They would
did one
have
cool thing is they
good
made
time.
these
Blood
blood
Punch Bowl.
tokens. So over the past 7 years or so, they've been introducing like evergreen tokens. So though it was first introduced as a clue, it was actually in the last time we were in Innistrad because you were investigating everything. So when you
Okay.
investigated, what that meant is you created a clue, and a clue just became this artifact token that just sits there, and it always does the same thing. You pay 2 mana, sacrifice it, draw a card. So anytime you see investigate, create a clue, and then things will reference clues, and it's always referring to that that token.
Okay,
So and
alright.
they just made that a thing. So
The blood
other
token.
cards, yeah. So now they just made a blood token. They had made food in the past and treasure and all these things. So blood, it just represents blood, and it does
Got
the
it.
same thing every time. And lots of cards, lots of these vampires will be when it enters the battlefield, create a
Use
blood
it.
token. Or
Yeah,
when you use a blood token, it does something. Or when you have 5 or more blood tokens, get an effect. You know.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
love adding those little resources like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's material, it's cardboard, and it just like they always add up to um, extra game actions, which is great because that just
Right.
gets more. You get to play more Magic. You get to there's a lot more back and forth, and it's really good for limited Magic because when you have these cards making these extra material, you know, when you run out of cards in your hand, you still have stuff to do with your mana.
So when you say limited Magic, what do you mean?
Oh, like sealed or draft, let's call it limited. So versus constructed Magic. So constructed Magic is you make a deck outside of the game, you know, and then you bring that deck to the game and then
Yeah,
play it.
sure.
Limited is the most common form is draft. So everyone gets a couple packs, and then you pick a card out of it, pass it to the next person, you know, and do that with 3 packs, and you build a deck out of that. And
Wow.
you did not have the cards before, you just open the cards and you make the deck there. So you inherently have less copies of cards. You're not going to get all the cards
Right.
you want.
Yeah,
You
you're
just
not
kind
gonna
of
be able to do everything.
yeah. And a lot of times to build a cohesive deck, you don't really get to put the most powerful cards in there that you could in constructed. You know, constructed, you get to put all the cards that say draw cards on them, do extra stuff, and 2-for-1s. You know, so you never run out of stuff to do, or the games never
Yeah.
last long enough to do anything. But in limited, games will
Right.
last 8, 10, 12 turns, and people will just sometimes sit there going like, go, oh, I drew a land, go, oh, I drew a land, you know, and it's just whoever top decks the first thing. That's not really fun.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So
you
when they add
wanna.
these extra stuff, you know, when you just draw a land and say go, you're like, oh well, I have, you know, my extra clue tokens or my extra blood tokens, you know, and that'll let me do extra things, and maybe I can draw out of this, or you know.
And all this stuff will be available online on their like
Oh yeah,
portals.
they throw all the stuff on Arena before they release it in paper these days. It's out on Arena
That's
2
probably
3
smart.
weeks
Smart.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And the standard cards have gone absurdly high in price because no one bought cards over the past 2 years. At least standard cards. They bought all old cards.
And now that
So
locals are coming back.
yeah, they're just like, did you actually buy standard cards? Can I borrow some from you? Like, no, I
I
don't
sure
have them.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Because like, wow, this card's $60, which is normally should have been like 20 in a normal environment, but no one has it.
I feel like the whole trading card boom went all around. I mean, obviously not just Magic, but every
Oh yeah,
kind of like
Pokemon
trading
hit it
card.
really hard.
Pokemon
Yeah.
hit. It was
People
really hard.
started to understand that those are going to hold value
Yeah.
and you know, kind of like diversify. Magic has the reserve list, which it was the guarantee list of cards that they're never going to reprint. So to a lot of investors and non-Magic investors, they see that as kind of a guaranteed way to hold money, like the same way
Does
you
seem
would
like a
invest in
sure thing.
gold
Yeah.
or silver.
Mhm.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's always going to be there. It's small, doesn't take up space, and it's just going to have this value that
It's just
if you
some
need to
kind of
liquidate,
asset. Yeah.
you can,
I mean,
because people want that no matter what.
it's
Yeah.
true.
Those
Yeah.
alpha cards, even if they were never even tournament viable, just because it was printed in alpha and
Yeah.
it still exists 30 years later, it has
Yeah.
a lot of value.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Black Lotus.
Yeah, Black Lotus, you're buying car and a house. Kept one of those, picked one of those out of your trash bin.
Yeah.
1995.
My cousin Missy, she bought a lot of beta set
Mhm.
after alpha.
Yeah.
But she remembered seeing alpha a lot and being like, I really want to play that, and then played beta.
Yeah, so for beta for everyone is the same exact set. It's just the second printing of it.
Yeah.
As alpha, which is like standard. Yeah.
The base set.
Yeah.
The
So
base
beta
mode
cards,
is- yeah.
same deal. Just because they're still around and
Yeah.
they exist, have value.
It's awesome.
So yeah, and then they made um, Unlimited and Revised Edition, which is the same set but in white border. And that's kind of what they did to distinguish when a card was reprinted, or like it was a reprint set, is they would put the cards in white border. So that was like the core set, which is like a whole bunch of reprints to
But they know. I mean,
yeah, to have like a backbone for standard. But now, because they don't make white border cards anymore, white border cards have like this unique niche value. People
everybody just wants a whole deck of
there was this
white border.
phase of like
Add
people
white border cards.
whiteboarding their whole deck to like trigger other people. So it'd be like this expensive $2,000 deck, and they're like, "Yeah, I whiteboarded the whole thing. None of these cards have ever been printed in white border. This looks awful, right?" I'm playing. Yeah, Magic
That's
players are weird.
that's pretty trolly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
What my favorite troll was to have, so I'd have my deck box.
Yeah.
Open up my deck box and I'd have a card facing out. It was usually a token. I like to use a germ token, which always signified a certain card, which always signified a certain archetype. So which was very much the opposite of what I was playing. So I'm like,
Sure,
germ
you're
token.
trying to play
Sometimes I
mind
would
game.
really ham it up and be like, oh, no, no one's supposed to be here. Like,
Oh,
let me put that
no.
face down. I might need that later. I might not. Who knows? That was always but it was actually just there to cover up my cards as well, just in case if I open the deck box the wrong way, so they didn't actually see,
Right, while you
like
were running.
like the land or whatever. So I just
Mhm.
turn it around.
So much secrets. So many
Yeah.
secrets.
But it's one of those you're
Magic.
only being secretive for the first hand decision. That's it. Because once
Yeah.
you play that first lands, like it's really easy to figure out what that person's on.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many decks will have like that dual land, or especially if it's a dual land, instantly what they're on, or 2 or 3 decks they could be on if you're in tune with the metagame.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. If you know what's running hot right now, and yeah, they just start throwing stuff down, you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, but you
Yes.
get that advantage for that first game, first keep. If you know what they're
Doesn't
doing.
seem worth it. I mean, it probably is, obviously, because
It's
people
all
do
about
it,
those
but
minor percentage
yeah,
edges when
yeah,
you're doing this. Like
that's fair. I mean, I've played
it's
enough
that poker
person to know that,
mentality.
yeah,
Like if you're leaving that on the table, like what are you doing?
the difference between 49% and 51% is
Yeah.
very big. It's a very big difference,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
especially when you play so many games, like with card games. You're just running, running numbers. Trust in the process, hoping it gets you
Trust
that,
in the process. Don't
getting
be
you
roddy,
those
boys.
percentages.
RNG.
Oh,
So what's
man.
up for you, Neil? What's big this week?
What's big this week? Well, Back for Blood has been really big, honestly. That was really big the last couple nights. That kind of blew me by shock.
Yeah, that
Did
was
you
2 nights
play?
ago.
Kind of took
Did
me
you play
over.
last night?
No, because I turned it on and I realized that I didn't have any of the save points. And I was like,
Oh, that's right. Because we brought you in at like
Yeah.
the 3rd
One,
or 4th
you
mission.
brought me in one after that I was supposed to.
So
Mhm.
you had to start from the beginning. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's all right. You're gonna have to play it all a couple times, I'm sure. Anyway,
Exactly.
just how it be do.
It's awesome. RNG. Grinding guns, getting really cool guns, getting really cool stuff. It looks like they have skins. Looks like they have skins for guns. Looks like
Yeah.
they have like different outfit pieces.
Lots of stuff to collect for sure. What about music? Any big hits this week?
I don't know. We have
Got
45
40,
minutes.
47 minutes. Yeah.
47 minutes, 45 minutes until
Nothing from last week though. Got you going.
trying to think of what came out last week.
45 minutes till new music drops.
Yeah.
Friday. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Midnight
Is there
Eastern
anything you're
on
excited about?
Friday.
Or like,
Well, Everybody's saying Kendrick's coming real soon. The rumor mill says Kendrick's dropping.
Then
There's
and then
snips
it'll
that are
just
dropping all
drop.
over the place.
Like
it's
it's
just
not
gonna
gonna
drop.
drop without notice.
Yeah,
So it
there's not
does
gonna
it.
be a single. It's
Interesting.
just gonna.
Boom. And then it's like the buzz. Like,
He
oh
doesn't
shit,
believe
Kendrick
that
dropped.
that's gonna
Everyone.
happen, but that's what will probably happen before the end of the year. New music.
You're obviously not excited if you don't know what's
I'm
up.
not excited about any of it.
Lana Del Rey.
Man, that does sound exciting. You're right.
Yeah.
You sound excited about that.
the new Elton John. I guess that was supposed to be really good. I didn't listen to it though.
I guess that was supposed to be good. Okay, well,
Well, isn't Elton
guess it
John
was.
still doing his thing? I
Did
didn't
anybody
listen
see
to it.
Dune?
Did you listen to it?
Did you watch Dune? No.
Oh,
I
wanna
never
watch Dune.
read the books.
Okay.
I have
So you
no
refuse to watch
strong
it?
emotional attachment. Nothing like that. I just haven't had the time.
I want to see it. It
And
looks
it's not
really
like, something I
You're not
am
rushing
going
to
to
do it.
make time for, at least not right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I'm not rushing for it. So it'll be, like a Saturday during the day where I'm like, oh man, I'm really frustrated with this game I'm playing. I need something else to do.
I don't want to do something
Watch
else
Dune.
right now.
I heard Dune
Yeah.
was like one big trailer for chapter 2 or part 2
Well, yeah.
or whatever they're gonna call it.
It's a long book.
As I think everyone knew going in that there was not going to be a completed story.
It's just impossible, man. That book is so
Same with
long.
like watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly as it's just about as long as Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure.
Do you have it?
Yeah, somewhere. I have Lord of the Rings too. That's why I'm looking to see if they're like the same. I know they're like the same size. That book is huge. It's gonna take so long, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That guy's other movies are good. That Blade Runner movie was sick.
Yeah.
That was
2040,
was.
whatever. That movie was so cool. I know he's done some other stuff too. I don't remember the rest of his movies, but if I remember right, he's pretty on point. I mean, that Blade Runner movie comes to mind just because that was I don't know. I don't even think I knew who that guy was until that. If I did, I watched his stuff without knowing.
right. What spooky games are you guys gonna be playing this month? I know CBC's answer. There's only one answer for
The
him.
month is already over.
Yeah, are you talking about November?
No, I'm
We're
talking
gonna get
about
our harvest
to end
games
the
on?
month. You don't like play something real spooky on.
I
you
only play Animal Crossing in November.
Only play
Aren't we
Animal
just-
Crossing in November.
Aren't we just
Do you want me to talk
we
about
just talking
Bloodborne?
about Back for Blood? And Bloodborne.
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 Is Back for Blood a horror game though?
Have you, Neil?
What?
Are you capping right now? Is this a legit cap on camera?
I just feel it's so actiony that I don't feel like it's spooky.
Zombies, bro.
Nah, I guess. All right. Okay. I give up.
All right, so that dude made Arrival,
Oh yeah.
which was really, really good.
Yes, it was.
He made Sicario, which
Was really good.
was sick. Prisoners with
Which is really good.
Hugh
as well.
Jackman and that dude that plays the Riddler.
Paul Dano.
Maelstrom.
And
There's
Jake
like a bunch.
Gyllenhaal was also in Prisoners. Don't be sleeping on
Yes,
my
he
boy
was.
Jake.
I always sleep on Jake Gyllenhaal.
Why?
I can't really think of much. I can't think of much that I really like that he's in.
You didn't like Donnie Darko?
Nightcrawler.
I don't like Donnie Darko. No, that movie is
Darko's
not
not
that
great.
good.
Um,
No, that movie
Nightcrawler.
is not good at all.
Don't give it all
Nightcrawler.
that.
Okay,
Nightcrawler.
you're right. No, that movie's pretty creepy.
You're just hating on him for Mysterio, and that's okay. And you are allowed that. And no one's holding that against you, Deegan.
I mean, also Donnie Darko. That movie's
know.
hella overrated.
Yes, it is.
I
I'm proud to
I've been
say
hearing about that movie
I
since
definitely
middle school.
had the Pink Floyd back wall album thing, but I did not have the Donnie Darko poster.
That's
and I did not
okay.
have the Pulp Fiction
Pink
poster.
Floyd is a
And I had
good
the Pink
band.
Floyd poster.
Pink Floyd has some good music. Donnie Darko is an overrated, bonkers movie. That is not good. Jake Gyllenhaal is not that good. Sorry,
Yeah.
not gonna give it up.
Gotcha.
Prisoners was sick though. That movie's really intense.
Yes, it is.
That movie's like really intense. That's like yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
liken
like
it to
it's like
Zodiac.
Taken, but like on like meth, like
Oh,
backwoods meth, dude. It's hardcore. That movie was really hardcore. Yeah, that dude makes some brutal movies. Now that I'm thinking about it, because Sicario was pretty brutal too,
Mm.
and that Blade Runner movie can get pretty brutal too. Like there was some pretty brutal moments in that. So maybe Dune will be kind of brutal because that'll be cool.
that'll be exciting.
It does have some brutal stuff in it. I mean, it's about like, slavery kind of, and like
Yeah.
subjugation of locals by like an oppressive power. It's
Sandworms.
it's a story. Yeah, people are trodden upon.
Yeah.
Well, right on. What
Well,
else we
Neil,
got? Anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to talk about spooky stuff, I do like to watch horror movies, not just.
What are you watching on
October.
Halloween then?
So, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do on Halloween. I might watch. There's a new VHS movie.
Ooh.
I really like the anthology, like short story, horror stuff.
Yes.
So it's the fourth VHS movie. The one that I saw that was HBO was Malignant. That was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys should check that out if you're interested. Pretty unique-ish horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Which one was it?
Malignant.
Okay.
Malignant.
Yep. All right. I've seen that. Have not watched it, but I've seen
Yeah.
the
Seen that it
promotions.
exists. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Very cool.
Need to get my HBO back online.
Mhm.
Keep forgetting about it. I haven't watched anything in a while.
Yeah,
Trying to think of the
Long
last thing I
Halloween
watched.
is on there.
Squid Game.
That's dope.
Yeah, right. No, I know. I never watched. I still haven't seen Suicide Squad. Still haven't seen the Long Halloween animated.
I seem to recall
Dune.
I watched one scene of
episode of the
Suicide
old
Squad.
BD where we were talking about the Suicide Squad trailer. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deacon was not into
And
it.
I only watched one scene in Suicide Squad.
Interesting.
To your request, CBC.
Was it this? Oh, that's right.
Minute.
That's right. I know
You-
exactly. It was
you
minute
told him
56.
You told
had
me.
to watch a very specific scene.
That's
and he
right.
went and
Hour
did
in,
that.
32 minutes,
Yeah, that's
15
right.
seconds, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, what was it again? I probably haven't looked that up 5 times and watched it over and over again.
It was the part where King Shark eats that man whole
Yeah,
because it reminded you of the fishing hamlet in Bloodborne.
that's exactly the scene I was thinking of. You nailed
Well,
it.
spoilers. I didn't know King Shark was in the
Is
Suicide
it spoilers? Fucking 6 months.
I didn't know a member of the Suicide Squad was in the movie Suicide Squad. Sorry, dude.
Whoops.
Captain
I
America.
didn't know King Shark was in the movie. What the fuck?
Didn't know King Shark was a character.
Oh man, yeah. That might
Harley
actually
Quinn
just take you
season
out
3.
take you out of the movie completely. Just knowing
That'll
that going in.
be that'll probably be the next thing that I watch whenever
Yeah,
Harley
that's
Quinn
gonna be
season 3 comes
fantastic.
out.
Absolutely.
Did we
Harley Quinn
talk
season
about
3.
DC fandom? Did we do that last time?
Yeah.
We did.
Did we?
Oh, this year's fandom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I talked
Black
about last
Adam?
year's fandom.
Did we
I think
have
we did.
just something?
Actually,
Yeah. Nice.
I do recall having that conversation.
Did we
If
have
not,
that conversation
look
on
down here.
Bughead?
I mean, there was just so much. There was so many things at DC fandom this year that I was actually excited about. They've really knocked it out of the park the last 2 years or so.
Well, we definitely did not talk about the Flash. If we did talk about anything, it was for sure the Batman trailer.
Batman trailer,
The
obviously.
Flash,
Yeah.
you know, they're just starting off with Flashpoint. They're like first Flash movie, Flashpoint multiverse. Let's do it.
Multiple
So,
Batmans, multiple Flashes,
obviously, we get Michael Keaton. Well, we get the
and Ben Affleck.
1989 Batman Batmobile. Guys,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's a Batmobile.
That's a Batmobile.
That's a
That's
Batmobile.
that's the Batmobile.
That's a Batmobile.
What is your the Batmobile?
I don't
That
know,
one,
man.
he
It
just
might
said.
be that one. That
Yeah.
one's pretty darn good.
The Tim Burton one? Yeah,
So,
pretty solid.
like when I was a kid, and like drawing the Batmobile on a cardboard box so I could sit in it and be in the Batmobile, that
Yeah.
was the Batmobile.
That
that
was
was
the
the
Batmobile.
one.
Like that's
Yeah.
the Batmobile that I had as like
Well,
a Hot
even
Wheels car.
in the animated show, it's pretty close. I mean,
It is
Pretty
very
similar.
close to that. It had
he's got like
when
the tire on the front.
when the armor comes up,
Yeah.
the show armor. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No
I've
one's
seen-
getting in there.
No.
No one's
No,
getting into that.
Now
Batmobile.
without that button that he has on that transmitter.
Man.
Just that clunky, like that huge button that he presses.
Clink.
No, that movie's sick. Yeah, no, that Flash movie is gonna be amazing. Black Adam was a really cool
Ooh,
teaser.
That was a really cool teaser.
Yeah, Rock's gonna be awesome in that.
Yeah, and especially if I mean, it seems like DC's kind of got their stuff together as far as their movies are concerned now. So I'm really hoping it's like a good, true depiction of the character, and they really give him that like anti-hero edge, and give The Rock a little bit of like kind of maybe not true good guy, the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I would really like to see him be kind of not so good all the time and really just kind of have that like Lancer appeal where we're just kind of seeing him kind of do whatever he wants to his own agenda, and we're just going to root for him anyway because he's super cool, which is what I like about actual Black Adam, because Captain Marvel Shazam is dope, but Black Adam was more relatable. If I was going to get the power, that might be more akin to what I would be like. So
Absolutely.
that was awesome. Can't wait to see that. Never saw the
Shazam
first
2.
Aquaman, but yeah, that Aquaman stuff looked good. Shazam 2. Suicide
Yeah, I've
Squad
always
kills
liked
the
the
Justice League
Shazam character, and I
game.
can see
I don't know
that of like children becoming superhero. Like that's definitely something that spoke to me as a child when I was watching the Shazam cartoons.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was definitely always cool. I liked that. I was never super into like the family. That's what I remember from the show.
I really like that because of one particular episode where they all were turned into like the serpent people, the whole family. So they couldn't say Shazam because they had Shazam. But Billy Batson could become his family member because he said Captain Marvel.
Right.
And you didn't. There were no S's in that.
Even
and
though
he had the blue suit.
He had the blue suit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a red suit.
Yeah, so Shazam is the red suit and Billy Batson is the blue one.
Oh, it was the blue. Gotcha.
The yellow.
Yes.
No, lightning bolt.
Heard that.
Captain Marvel. What is it, Deegan? Kingdom Come, where he beats the shit out of Superman.
It is
Yes,
Kingdom Come.
That's the one.
he has what, a thing from Lex like in his brain or something, and yeah, he like beats Superman till his eye bleeding from his ears. That was quite
Yeah.
the but then he gets all but then he's like super lame about it afterwards and not super badass. That's why Black Adam's so much cooler than Captain Marvel, because he's not so remorseful, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not that good. But that
Um,
looks sick.
I didn't see any of the game trailers. I just know they existed, like Gotham Knights.
Suicide Squad
remember
versus,
being
sorry,
into it last
Suicide
summer.
Squad kills the Justice League looks cool.
Yeah, that looks fun.
That I can get behind. Definitely going through as the Suicide Squad and killing the Justice League. That's going to be a fun game. The Gotham Knights stuff I didn't see, but I kind of figure it's just another Arkham, but you just play as everyone but
Yeah, it's
Batman.
Arkham, Bruce Wayne's dead, Court of Owls.
Ooh.
Bruce Wayne's probably not dead.
Right. Yeah.
In the Court of Owls.
Been there, done that before. Done it. Maybe not in game form though, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Court of Owls is a really great villain that's been introduced in like the past decade and just hasn't really seen like
Past decade,
much.
barely.
Like beyond, what was it, 2012?
2011,
Yeah, it was 2012. It was
2010.
It was New 52, right? Or was it
Yeah.
New 52?
Oh.
No, it was New 52.
It was the
the
run.
first
Yeah.
run of New 52. Scott Snyder.
Yep, the Snyder's run.
Oh, yeah.
Was that 2012?
Yeah. 2012 was New 52 for sure.
Okay.
Or it might have been 2011.
That's what I'm thinking too. So I was like barely a decade.
I think Blackest Night was 2011, and then New 52 was after that.
I can see that. 2011.
For New 52?
Yeah,
Okay. Damn. When was Blackest Night? That was 2010?
had to be
2009?
2009, I think. Yeah, because it was
And then Flashpoint was 2010.
Flashpoint was 2010,
Yeah.
and
And then
yep,
New 52. Okay, because Flashpoint led in New 52. That's right.
yes, it did.
Woo, man. That was a long time ago.
barely a decade.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Court of Owls might be in the Batman. That'd be cool.
Ooh.
'Cause
Really?
there's like vaguely looks like owl mask stuff going on in some of the trailer.
Maybe just like a
Thomas Wayne secrets thing going on.
okay, all right. I could get behind that.
Maybe
Part of the
T-Rex.
secrets that the Riddler's trying to
Yeah, that's kind
expose,
of where
probably.
I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Cool. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that movie looks really good. Super
Yeah,
good.
DC's knocking it out of the park. I can't say the same thing for Marvel right now, but you know,
It's
DC's
just
really
because they're
picking up.
oversaturated. It's just because they have so much and they're just doing so much and they just keep pumping out and it's not.
I disagree because
quality.
I feel like DC's pumping things out at just the same rate. I just think that the approach and maybe philosophy behind their approach is different.
Okay.
I think that DC is pumping out content on all fronts that is, for the most part, pretty quality. As far as like live action TV shows, animated TV shows, animated movies, live action movies, comics, video games. All of these things that they're doing right now. I mean, even in that Superman and Lois show is
I was
supposed to
just
be
gonna
pretty
bring that
good.
up. Like that is, yeah, been
They're kind
lauded
of
as like
crushing
great.
it in all factors. Marvel, their comics have kind of been trash. Their games have kind of been trash. I haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy. I've heard good things, but that Avengers game
Seeing good things.
sucked.
The Guardians game looks really, really, really.
Yeah, it
really
looks great, but that Avengers game was horrible. That Marvel versus Capcom game was horrible. That
Infinite.
Ultimate Alliance game was not good.
Spider-Man, both the
That
Spider-Man
is made by Sony and not a Marvel game. So not credited to them, nor will I credit Into the Spider-Verse or any of the other Spider-Man movies that are happening. That's not, Marvel didn't make those. The stuff that Marvel made, Black Widow, just didn't do well.
Shang-Chi that
Shang-Chi
did really well.
didn't really do that well. If Shang-Chi did really well, why is it not in any of the theaters that are around me anymore? It's been less than a month. That it's like a 2 showing a day kind of thing. Eternals has the lowest
Is Eternals
reviews.
out?
Comes out this week.
Ooh.
Reviews are out. It has the lowest reviews of any Marvel movie to date, including Thor Dark World.
Wow.
Everybody liked Loki.
Mhm.
Everybody liked
WandaVision was
WandaVision.
cool
WandaVision,
for
but-
the first.
So what? This is the point. DC's crushing it across the board. Marvel's crushing it with
Here and
Disney
there.
Plus shows. Not their movies, not their comics, not their games. Not do they even have animated TV shows besides What If? But that's not what I'm talking about. What Marvel shows are like your kids gonna be watching? Oh, well, hey, let's watch the new Spider-Man cartoon. Where is that? Where is the Avengers cartoon? Where is anything? Where's their animated movies? They don't have anything. I just feel like Marvel's, it's just weird how in the last 10 years they've kind of slowly just like traded places to where, again, 10 years ago with DC, it was like, oh my gosh, their comics are great, but their movies are trash, their animation is trash, their games are non-existent. We're getting
Yeah.
bad fighters from versus Mortal Kombat or whatever. It's just like, and Marvel was just, oh my gosh, everything is so good, getting the best Marvel everything. Marvel versus Capcom 3, all these cool Marvel movies, all these great comics, and now it's just switched up. And Marvel, what's the difference? Marvel's not Marvel anymore.
Marvel's Disney.
Marvel's Disney. And where Warner Brothers, I think, is a little bit more fan oriented. I think Disney's got a little bit different ideas about what they're doing.
Yeah.
So their fans aren't really there for them because it's not good. It's just like Star Wars. Everything else they're touching.
Yeah.
Disney.
They have like the Pixar has like 2 teams that do really well. And then like the animated studio does really well for Disney. But that's probably about it.
Even then, I don't know. There hasn't been a Disney movie or a Pixar movie in a long time that's really been like, wow. Some okay
Luca, I thought
ones.
Luca was really good. I thought Raya was really, really good. I thought Raya was wow.
They're okay. They look really great. I mean, the animation quality is very, very good.
The Buzz Lightyear, that Lightyear trailer looks really good.
I saw that exists. Tell me about that.
I am gonna let
What
Neil do it because he's gonna make it
is
sound
this?
cool, and it's
So
not.
what you have to do is you have to picture you're picturing the movie that Andy saw to make him go get a Buzz Lightyear toy.
Okay.
It's like Buzz Lightyear. It's like the story of Buzz Lightyear.
Is Buzz Lightyear a real person in this universe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He has a spaceship. Looks like the spaceship. It's voiced by
I
Chris
can tell
Evans.
you right now, It's not gonna be good.
I don't have a lot of faith in it, but I'm definitely down to watch it. Chris Evans
Why?
is the voice of Buzz.
Chris
It's a Pixar
Evans.
movie. It's a Pixar movie, so I already want to see it because it's a Pixar movie.
So brand loyalty.
Brand loyalty. I thought that the visuals and like him like zooming around the sun, I thought that was really cool. I'm interested to see how deep in space they go. I'm super interested in Zurg and what he's gonna look like. And it's gonna I feel like it's gonna be
So
like
you're
the
very
animated.
you care about the Toy Story lore.
I mean, I guess so.
So
Yeah.
this movie sounds perfect for you.
Yeah.
Because I cannot think of a single other person that would ask for this movie or even care to watch it.
Are you gonna buy a Buzz Lightyear toy after you see it?
Hell yeah.
You get to
Yep.
cosplay as Andy.
That would be Buzz Lightyear for Halloween.
And it's not even Tim Allen, dude.
Yeah.
Chris
What?
Evans.
What? Who? Okay. It's like his voice is so recognizable and unique. Freaking Captain America white guy.
Yeah.
He's playing Captain America and then Buzz Lightyear. But it's the real Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's not a
So
toy.
he's Captain America.
So he's not a toy.
So he's
Tim
like
Allen.
Space Captain America.
Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like a new
But not Tim
sci-fi
Allen. Not the
comedy
voice of
action
Buzz
comedy.
Lightyear.
Looked like a new sci-fi action comedy animated. And that I get to take my kids to go see. So
Let us know how it is.
I will definitely. Because I definitely plan on seeing it.
CBC,
Brand
let me guess. I'm gonna make a
loyalty.
prediction right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
so good. Neil's review. It's so
good.
good.
He's gonna whip
So
out
good.
that IMDb
Oh.
app on his phone.
So
It's gonna
good.
be
Gonna
on a
get an
10.
8 or
He's
no,
gonna
it's
have
not
to
a 10.
talk himself out. It's a
Guys,
9
why
as he
was
pulls his
it-
finger up.
Neil, why was it good? Because it's the story of Buzz
Because
Lightyear.
Andy bought the toy because of
the
this.
whole
It's
you get to
Buzz.
know what Zurg is, and you get to know about the Space Federation of Buzz.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, the visuals are so crazy. It goes through like this crazy galaxy in the spaceship, and it's like nice, dude. Yeah. Oh. When does that movie come out? Whatever that week of Baghdad is, I'm telling you right now.
You've got 60 minutes at least to talk about Toy Story.
You're gonna get
Floor
a
is yours.
full Baghdad. I'm gonna pay for everybody to go see it.
Oh, I'm not watching that.
I'll go for a free movie.
Fuck you, Deegan.
Good. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Why are you so oh, I can't.
Because the more
Me.
you give them money to make that kind of stuff, the more they're like, oh, people want this. This is good. We should make
People hate
more.
watching this movie is making us money.
I want to watch a Buzz Lightyear movie.
Yeah, but you care about stuff like that. You care about Toy Story. I want many people around care about the story of Toy Story behind the toys. People don't even care about Toy Story anyway. It's not like the last two Toy Story movies were like banging blockbuster hits.
3 was great.
I'm not saying they were bad movies. I'm just saying public interest in Toy Story has not been high since like 2001.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
One of the highest grossing movies. What are you talking about?
What is?
People clamoring for Toy Story.
Toy
You're
Story
saying
3
Toy
and
Story
4. Toy Story
3?
4 won best animated feature in the Oscars that year.
You're right. That means everyone went to see it, obviously.
No, I'm just saying it's an
That's
acclaimed
not what the
movie.
argument was. I didn't say anything about quality. You're talking about awards and it being a good movie. not at all what we were talking about. Interest in movies, people going, numbers of people going to see it.
Okay. Well, what are the sales for that movie then?
Let's see here. We have 3 people. CBC, did you go see Toy Story 3 or 4 in the theaters? Nope, me either. So out of our little demographic here, 2 out of 3
Our
Very
people
straw
tiny
group.
don't give a
demographic
single
of
fuck about those Toy Story sequels. And neither does
fucking
anyone else I know besides you. And trust me, so now we're talking about like 1 out of 50. No one is asked, no one's sitting there clamoring, no one's writing letters to Disney. Please make a movie about the backstory of the real Buzz Lightyear. Like, no, definitely. There's so much fan mail just pouring through the slots at Disney's mail requesting that. No. It's because they're out of ideas. It's because they're like creatively broke, and they have been for a long time. And they're like, what do we do? I don't know. We can't make another Toy Story sequel. So let's just rip something else out of it and tell that basic ass story.
so cynical.
When that movie comes out, you go ahead and tell me the plot, and I'll go ahead and reference how many things it is exactly like plot wise.
I'm
Talk
sure.
about cynicism. Realism and cynicism are different things.
Your bar is very high.
I think your bar is very low.
And that's fair.
Nice.
Because I base like a lot of my shit on pretty.
Yeah,
This-
that's
this-
like
this is
you're
known.
talking about something called the lowest common denominator. And it's something that we shouldn't as a society just like be okay with. Shouldn't be like what we're seeking to be. Shouldn't be what we're excited about. Buzz Lightyear movie. Ah, so cool.
I have been waiting for this movie 20 years.
I've been wondering since I saw the first Toy Story in theaters, like, what is his backstory?
I need to know everything about the Federation. Why
And
did he
TV
enlist?
show.
That cartoon that already came out and talked about all that stuff apparently wasn't enough. Now we need Chris Evans to voice. Bro, I can't. Are we gonna play
What's up?
Black for Blood?
Neil,
Yes, it's been an hour and
Neil,
like 10
Neil.
minutes.
sign us out with your hat of the week.
Hat of the week.
Hat of the week. It's hat of the week. It's time for hat of the week. Neil shows us a hat.
Neil needs to come with talking points next week. Oh yeah, definitely. Neil needs to write at least 5 talking points down for next week.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
Yankees hat.
That is so.
Always a Yankees hat.
It's a Yankees hat.
It's a Yankees hat. Maroon with the white. That's actually a very clean hat.
What's
I
on the
gotta
side?
say.
Huh?
We just
What's
the
on the
MLB
side?
symbol
I thought I
there.
saw a logo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maroon with the
Just
white.
normal.
Okay, fitted. All right. With the new era on the
Oh, it's
side.
just the
Sure.
new era. Yeah.
Yep. I do. I like the coloring. I like the white. I like the white on the brim.
It's a good hat, man. What does this hat mean to you?
It's just his newest
I
one.
finally have a maroon hat.
Yeah.
That's your
Just
newest one?
clearly. Look at how fucking new that thing is.
Yeah,
Look how white.
it's
the
my
white
newest.
is.
Yeah, it's my newest hat.
Yeah.
You know that because it still has the label on it.
No, he keeps a label on
No,
all of them.
I always try to keep the serial number for authenticity. I always take the price off. I always take the whatever. the size.
Authenticity is always being questioned when you're wearing hats.
A new era. Dude, is that a fake new era?
Nope. Serial number's right here.
Is that a new Farah?
Serial number right there.
Did you go to Canada, bro?
Yeah, is that from the swap meet?
No, sir.
It looks like you might have printed that out. Taped that on. That serial number. Is there some kind of database where I can check
The Nah
see.
era.
Newera.com.
newer.com? I can put that in. I can see when that was manufactured. Who made that
They'd be
hat?
like, motherfucker, this is registered to someone. What the fuck's your problem?
I like that. Go check the parcel.
Gotta make
see
sure
who,
it's a
see who
legit
owns the
New
New Era
Era.
hat. If
You
I
know,
don't
all the
see it, if I
counterfeits
don't
out
see Neil
there.
on there,
I'm constantly questioning people on the validity of their hats. When I'm out, just approaching strangers left and right.
you make me
Ugh.
feel like I've
Is
given
that
up a part of my life because I haven't been doing
Yeah.
that.
is that C
Right.
and E?
You
Ugh.
haven't been calling people out, dude.
And what have I been missing out on?
Is that a C and E hat? Ew, gross.
Is that
C
Mitchell
and E.
Ness? Ugh.
Is that a Ness? Mitchell and Ness.
Ugh.
No, I'll rock a Mitchell and Ness. I have a Mitchell and Ness.
Well, now we're cutting hair. Now we're splitting hairs. This is.
I'll rock Mitchell
No.
and Ness. Mitchell
Oh,
Ness
now we can just wear
does the
anything.
hockey. Does hockey and they do hockey and basketball really
Hey,
well.
Of course.
follow us on Instagram at Bug
At Bug Dad Pod. Follow us on YouTube at Bug Dad Pod.
Right up into those DMs.
Follow Deacon at
Catch us
the
every
Token
Thursday
Druid.
at the Token Druid on Instagram. If you
Check
want
out some artwork.
Yeah.
Cool. Catch y'all next week.
Bye.